So they want to build a house here. Cameron, Ray, Trust, Judge Worth, buddies. And that garage is a separate lot from mine. That's my house right there. Dr. Caswell's the original owner of both lots. The house went up first. Who knows when he put this garage on this lot and did it right on the property line, because he owned both lots but never subdivided, never did anything about it, because he figured he didn't get a permit or anything. And it's got a concrete foundation as well. Then in 1990 or whenever, 92, 94 I think it was, the survey says that the estate was settled. The boys split it up. They could have got a variance there. They both owned it, and this family matter. Boom, done. No, they didn't. And one of the brothers dies. Karen Caswell, the wife, has had this since I moved in here in 2010. She immediately put it up for sale, and then shit started hitting the fan. All this water started flying down in here, and I found out about it. Started all this corruption, exposing what the hell was going on. So they hate me all downtown, mostly. So all the guy's got to do is just friggin' move the garage. He bought it knowing that it was on the... They bought it because... to take me down. Because this lot's been up for sale since 2010. And what they're doing here to Seaview Terrace, it's inverse condemnation, where the government will flood a property that they want, and then this way the owners don't get any compensation. They just take it. So anyway, so they bought, now they're trying to come into 20 feet into my property. I was taking a tree, trimming a tree on my property months ago when Karen Caswell still owned it. And she called the cops on me, and the cops come over here and, you know, giving me a hard time and, well, trying to get information from me to really screw me. And then Chief McFadden, corrupt as hell, then he's sent it to the DA. I'm on my property trimming my tree with, you know, my children all. Yeah. So anyway, so then this guy moves in, this Beau Cameron buys it. That's the hierarchy of the... Excuse me, meatheads, there's nothing else. You know, I just can't keep... I gotta vent a little too, and there's only so much I can say without getting thrown in the clinker. And I welcomed to the neighborhood, even after I found out that he was Judge Worth's friend and stuff, and said, look, I'll sign off on a variance. And let's just, like, live happily ever after. I said, you don't even have to get a variance, probably, because Judge Worth's your buddy. So what do you want me to sign? Let's do it. And he didn't do it. And then he starts coming over here and trespassing and stuff, and then it's a whole long story. But anyway, my property line runs right up alongside the garage, right to the road. So he can't even get in his side door over here. So it's just been escalating. You know, I left it open. I didn't care that they walked on both sides. And then finally I had to bring my sunfish out of here and park it, not on the line, but, you know, get the point across, like, hey, no, you're not going to do this. And then the big meathead, Mark Cameron Paving, big trucks, big boy in town, let's just put it that way, with a friggin' Three Stooges mow haircut. I mean, he's threatened me. He comes up to my face, do you understand, do you understand? And I'm like trying not to bust out laughing. I don't care. Anyway, he comes over here last week as I'm mourning the suicide of a really long time, actually one of my dearest friends. And I come back and he's friggin' all over this boat. And he friggin' sliced off the air thing trying to get my tire, trying to get the boot lock off to take my boat. And I'd been filing a cease harassment trying to get McFadden to file one for 3 months now. And he, like, blocks my emails. It's just, yeah, 7 years of this with this guy. He's bad news. Has no problem coming after a woman that's been beat to shit and keeps getting back up. Let me just say, he's Pee Wee McFadden. He also used to be the detective for Maine State internet porn. His brother-in-law's a secret Time Warner cable rep, getting into everybody's houses and computers and bus and stuff and feeding into the Judge Worth system. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. So, hey, Bubbles, good morning. How you doing? And he even picked up Bubbles and threw him. And the real estate agent came over here throwing stuff at me, coming onto my lawn as I'm telling her to get off my property. She didn't care. And my beloved sunfish, I've hardly ever used it. It's been so difficult, this life of mine. And it was like time, you know. I was like, finally, all right, I'm going to go sail, and I always have to get rescued. But I was going to not have that happen anymore. I was going to learn how to sail. And he sliced that friggin' thing off. And he had a bungee cord around there. Took it off of Bubbles, had wrapped it around there trying to get the boot lock off. So I called the cops. They don't come because it's me. And I told him I was calling the cops. This is on all other video, but this is just a... and he's like, good, call the cops. And I was like, they're not going to come for me. You call them, get them over here. And I had actually called 911 and was getting not a hard time for 911, but he was just like, you know, take a deep breath, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know where they go, if they go into local phone centers around here. That's another story. But, so they show up like 15 minutes later. It's a young cop who I know. He went to school with my son. He's like trying to say, you know, it's a property line dispute, civil, and, you know, they've been trying to get me into court for Judge Worth to really screw me for the, what, 5th, 6th, 7th time. Anyway, and I tell him again on video, I want to cease harassment. So he goes over, talks to that guy. Next day, I get a knock on the door. I look outside, and it's the police. I see a police car, and it's that kid. And I came to the window, and I asked him if he got the cease harassment notice. And he said he did. And he'd like me to come out. So I was like, beautiful, I'd love to come out. So I come out, and he starts reading the cease harassment notice to me. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And there was another cop standing there, and they actually came up in 2 cop cars. I'm sure he was wired into McFadden, where McFadden was watched, because he's too cowardly. He's, oh my God, how could you do this to your men? Have them do your dirty work. You're disgusting. And this poor kid, you know, having to read this stuff to me? Fine, I signed it. Yep, let's go. Look at this beautiful house. Come on. I got that rock when they were digging. It's been an assault here since I moved. Blasting, drilling back there. Main Health's almost right on my backyard. They abut me. And ripping up the roads, all preparing because they want this. They want this for health care, mental health. I think they're going to make Belfast and have Rockland be the health center. I'm not sure. Who cares? I know that's what's happening. It's clear to see. Nobody does shit about it. Just let them take it. And they're in with Maine Health, which got into collaboration with the Department of Defense in 2011, and it was right on the Maine Health website, which I found kind of alarming, and everybody makes excuses as to, you know, that doesn't mean anything. Well, they're accessing your medical records, and everything's going online. I'd be a little concerned. So, yeah, but what a beautiful day today. In the summertime when the weather is high. It's supposed to get 80-degree weather. Linda, I'm so glad you guys are all alive. Holy shit. Wow, thinking I was writing you the last message yesterday. Whoa. I love you all. Bye. How you doing, Bubbles? So, the previous video was Viking pulling in here, and this is what they dropped off for the meatheads. I'm not sure. I don't know. And since Richards this morning, the DPW guy, disgrace, I've contacted the ACLU and Women's March and the new videotapes all sent out to the whole fucking boatload of mobster lobsters here in Maine, from here to Augusta and all in between. Okay, so EBS has just pulled up here. Okay, hi, could you hold on just 1 second? So I'm not sure what they're going to be putting up here, but hi there, this is no offense to you, just a little video. Okay. So here we go. I got slapped with the cease harassment charge yesterday. Now fucking Director of Public Works, Bob Richards, is coming on down here. A Mainer, fucking sellout. A Mainer, selling out. How's that for the kids? You have paradise here and you're fucking giving it to them. And then this meathead thought he just let the tire out of my hair trailer to get the boot off, but he fucking cut the plug right the fuck off. How's that? And now I get slapped with the cease harassment. These guys have been plowing me in with snow for 7 years. A domestic survivor. Isn't that manly? Fucking how many mailboxes did I put up? Huh? You couldn't fucking stop me, and you're never gonna stop me, so just fucking kill me already. How about if this was your wife, your daughter, your kids? How do you even live with yourself? Really? Don't come back here. Let fucking Seaview go to toast. It's what you fucking want anyway. All I have to do is just say no more. That fucking simple. Here we go, the Belfast Police Department just pulled up. Took this off my thing. Hey, we meet again.
Hi Lori, how's it going?
Alright, how you doing?
So what's the complaint today?
Well, I've been trying to get a cease harassment. I hope you're aware of that.
Yep.
Against them, which
Okay.
McFadden won't even respond to me. So now this guy comes over here again today, Mark Cameron, on top of everything videotaped, all the threats coming at me, throwing stuff at me, or the real estate agent coming at me, hurtling over at me. Anyway, I come home today, and all of a sudden I hear all this out here. It sounded like a saw. I look out the window, and there he is, all over this stuff, ripping everything out, throwing it again. This is my boat, my property line. Runs from right next to that door,
okay, well, we're
straight
not
out. Okay, I'm just telling you where because I want you to know that he's trespassing, and he's harassing, and he's threatening, and he's terrorizing me all the time, especially when a loved one dies. This is like the third time here that this has happened in this town. City Hall, them. So, I want to cease harassment on him right now. And the whole Ray Trust 23, McFadden's got it all. If he's not going to do it, send me an email saying that he ain't going to do it. And again, tell me why, because he said that it wasn't enough documentation what I sent him.
Okay, well, let me go talk to
He even flattened my tire. What a friggin' bastard. Really now? My friend just committed suicide and you knew it, and you came over here. Look at this shit. You're not even worth a lawsuit. Just get the hell out of here. Go back from the rock you crawled under. Are you fucking kidding me? I got... So here they are again. Now, it's Mark Cameron, who has threatened me many times before. I just got home, heard saws and stuff, and he's over here going to take my boat out of here. Again, my property line runs right up to the side of the garage and out that way. And they're trying to come in 20 feet to my property because they need 20-foot side setback. And they didn't fucking get it when they bought the place, and they knew it, that the previous owner put it right on the borderline and didn't get a permit. But they're friends with Judge Worth, and you know, yada, yada, yada. So now I wait for Chief McFadden to get here, who is equally corrupt and will not issue a cease harassment notice against these people. You stay off my property. And now we got another truck guy here. Let's see who this one is. I get the finger in town. Sexually anonymous threatening letters that clearly have City Hall markings on it. Alright, 7A4514. Bighorn. 4x4. Central Maine Motors. Where the hell's that? Waterville. Let me tell you, if I was the one trespassing on their property, the fucking cops would be here toot sweet. And there they are.
How you doing?
They're throwing stuff into my property. They're already called. Why don't you call them, because they're your fucking buddies and they'll come for you. But they won't come for me. Go ahead, call them. Do it. Jesus Christ. Call Judge Worth, your buddy, blah, blah. Call them all. Jesus Christ, get this fucking over with. You gonna take it? Fucking take it. Let's go. I'm sick of this place. Jesus Christ, such a fucking corrupt town, and you got paradise here. And it's all people like you, where you could have stood up and did something about it. Fucking Mainers.
Go back to Jersey then. You don't like it here. Fucking get in your car and drive back to Jersey.
You fucking ruin it. I called 911 like, I don't know, 15 minutes ago at least. Fucking wasting shit on my car. Fucking cops are never gonna come. I ain't afraid of these assholes. Fuck them all. Yeah, man.